There is a popular proverb that reads in pidgin, "Na person wey wear shoe know where e dey pin am." In English, it reads, "Only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches." This is exactly the current situation in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where the sit-at-home order is enforced on residents. Greetings, listeners, wherever you're listening from. You're welcome to another lovely episode of the Vigilant Podcast. And I know you've been awaiting us, your favorite host, Elizabeth Fidelis, and
I'm Favor Aya.
all right. So I know the last time we were here, we had this episode. We talked about certificates and forgery, and this week we have brought another amazing topic your way we'll be discussing and deliberating on. Don't forget, you can always drop in your comments, your suggestions if you feel that there is an issue you want us to talk about on our podcast series. You can always drop the comments. Moreover, we are doing this because of you, all right? So straight into today's episode, we are going to be talking about the sit-at-home order in the southeastern part of Nigeria and how it's affecting business. So, Favor, how do you feel about this particular topic I chose?
For me, I think it's a very good topic because anything concerning money, economy, it's very important to the livelihood of people. So, I think it's an issue, a pressing issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I also agree with you. So, we are going to be doing a retrospect so that it can be a good background, or we can lay a good background for this discuss. And while listening to us, please, you can drop your comments and let us know if there's anything you want to chip in, so that when we come on the next episode, we are going to be reading out your comments. All right, so since the native nation of Biafra presented the week after week sit-at-home practice in August 2021, the Southeast territories of Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi have been under attack in the possession of shooters strutting themselves as masters of the unlawful mandates. The improvements are fueled fealty in the districts. Albeit the IPOB bunch says it has suspended the activity, the Finland-based Simon Ekpa Drove group of the body has kept on pronouncing the sit-at-home activity at normal stretches across the whole Southeast International District. You know, the way things are, the sit-at-home activity has in the recent, grounded human, monetary, and business exercises at the district. And that is why on today's show, we are going to be deliberating on issues like, what is the fate of petty traders? Those people who have little businesses and strive on daily sales. So, Favor, what is the fate of petty traders since the sit-at-home order kicked off?
Let me say this is a case of penny wise, pound foolish. I was in the East when this sit at home started. Right. So at first, some of us, if not most, felt like, okay, it's a good thing to show that we are not in support of what has happened. So, but when things started getting out of hand, we didn't expect it to extend to this length. We didn't know that it's going to take months, talk more of years. So I would say it's a good thing that went out of hand, because when it started, a lot of Igbo people appreciated it because they felt that what was done, the illegal arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, is a kind of discrimination, or I don't know, to a freedom fighter, freedom fighter. So we welcomed it, people welcomed it, but when things started going on and on, it became a problem and it affected traders. So I will come to talk about people that go about their daily businesses, because I've been in the East. There are more of trade people, and I'll tell you that there are petty traders that they depend on what they earn daily.
Exactly.
They have children, and once whatever they earn in a day is what they are spending. So how do people even do business on Sunday? There's no, in the East, there's no weekend. It's day to day things. So you cannot expect that trader to not to trade on and Monday is like the
start of a week.
Is the heat of the week. If you have to be there on Monday, you might not be there on other days. Then, but even if you are sick, as an Igbo person, you must open your shop on a Monday. Just sit down. Maybe your apprentice will do the businesses for you.
Yeah.
So I think it really affected people a lot, especially the petty traders that depend on the daily income.
Yeah.
There are people and they have children and expenses to make. They need to feed and provisions that need to be made. So,
and you know that the Igbo people,
Yeah.
they pride themselves in their trade.
Exactly.
You know, it is rare to see an Igbo person who isn't doing well in trade, because it's just like they are the masters of trade. And so, you know, with this lockdown, the lockdown something, and the whole from lockdown to the sit
Yeah.
at home, like every Mondays, you're like, don't go out.
You can even
We are
tell
trying
them,
to protect civilians.
you can
The
tell them
question
not
is,
to go to school for
you
some
are
days, but not their
protecting me
business.
for my means of livelihood. I mean,
That's right.
every Monday. And you know, the amazing part is that, you know, these businesses, most of them, because they are little businesses, you know, they strive on daily sales.
Yeah.
It's not like these big businesses that if they don't open for a week, it doesn't affect them because they can always work from home.
It's not a salary thing.
It's not a salary thing. You know, so you know, many are fearing for their lives. Okay,
Yes.
many are fearing for their lives, and so they are willing to take the risk despite their businesses is suffering every week. I mean, if you make the calculations from 2021 now, it's something like very big.
Yeah, the lengthiness is the problem. It's not. I would tell someone, like some of my friends, when we discuss about this, I tell them there is something bad about overdoing a particular thing.
Yeah.
Anything you start overdoing, laying emphasis on it, it turns out to be bad. Because for me, I never thought it to be a bad action for someone to say that, oh, you took our leader.
Yeah.
And because of that, we are angry. We have to show that we are not okay with what you did. But you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that you are doing something against the very people you are supposed to work with.
Exactly.
Because I always say, what are you doing? Is why don't you go if you are that serious, go to Abuja and go and impose your seat at home. You are oppressing the same people that are supposed to be your like your fellow agitator or whatever. They are the people that you are stopping their businesses. This thing you are doing is not in any way affecting
the government.
at
all.
People seated in the Aso Rock, they are there, and you are actually doing yourself. It's like you are nailing yourself.
You know, Favor, you know, this statement from Mercy or Malicha, she's a petty trader in Onitsha. You know, Onitsha is actually a center of commerce in the east. Onitsha, Aba. So, you know, she said something. She said, I don't want anybody to cut off my head. I am not against this cause they IPOB are fighting for, because Igbo people are not treated fairly in Nigeria. But you say terrorizing people in the name of fighting for their freedom. I don't support that. This sit at home should be a willful thing, not to enforce it on anyone. So it's just like what you said. You are doing this because of us, right? And at the end of the day, we are suffering what you think you're doing for us. So petty traders, I mean, Monday is the start of the week, and it's supposedly a favorable day for sales. So imagine they tell you, sit at home, we are preserving your life. And you know, in Ebonyi State, I don't know if it's actually in Enugu, there's these people they call Eguguagu. I don't know if you know of them.
Yes,
like
I've
this,
heard of them.
those people, you know, most times, like they stop movement when it gets to 6. Once it gets to 6, and a lot of persons have to open their shop down to evening period, because most of them make sales at night. Especially those who sell, maybe you sell drink and maybe alcohol. You know, that's the period that many drivers want to come to your shop. So now with this, apart from the sit at home, it has extended to a point that there's now curfew in the east. The last time I visited Enugu, I was so shocked. Around 7, it was like nobody was moving. Enugu used to be a bustling city. Exactly. So, like, Favor, what is the fate of these people? From all those things, what is their fate currently now?
I'll be talking out of experience, because we live in Onitsha and we own shops. So, like my mom's shop, when they started, at first, my mom was like, it's going to last for a week to highest 3. So it now got to a point it's turning into months, because those days we will not open, we just be at home and just extend our weekends to Monday. So it now got to a point that we needed to go out, money, their needs. I need to go back to school, my siblings, so we needed money, cash at hand. So what we do then is that we go, because our shop, like, there is a main entrance, then there is a smaller, the door that leads to the main shop. So we now go and open, but we will not display our goods, because of not to draw attention. So but few people around, we know that we are open. So if you want, it's a kind of, we are hiding to sell to do business. And like, people are taking the opportunity to raise false alarm. You might hear they are coming, we just close our shop. I and my mom, we start running. So aside from, I'm just saying it now because it's now in the past and it's a joke, but at that point we are tense and you don't even know where you are running to. So everybody's just running. Coming to what you said about making the East a ghost town around some particular hours of the day, it's it's really funny because these people have made themselves a government.
Exactly.
In the East. They choose when they put their own curfew. You as a state government, as a local government chairman, you don't have a say. They will tell you, do what you want to do, say what you want to say, then we are waiting for you. For example, in Enugu, when the sitting governor came on board, he was like that people should go and open their shops, that we have done this. No. So people that didn't open their shops on Monday, he will go and sue them. But the thing is that people are not afraid of the government. You can see they are now as afraid because we don't know if they're actually IPOB or non-government.
Yeah.
So people are not afraid of the government selling their shelves because they didn't know. They are afraid of what will happen to them. So they rather stay at home and you seal their shop. Whenever they are ready, you come and do settlements or whatever. And the government on their own part, you're telling these people to come and open their shops. What measures are you taking in order to secure their lives? Because they are afraid you can come to open your shop and a stray bullet from nowhere will just hit you.
Exactly. So people are actually scared.
For this ghost town of a thing, I think that these people has risen to a point that they are now the government of the East.
And you know that I think I was reading through some articles online, and then I came across this. They said, I don't know if it's true or it's rumored, that currently they have ordered that the sit-at-home order should be removed. But the last time I spoke to someone, he told me that they still have sit-at-home order. And Nnamdi Kanu said he doesn't even know about this thing. So it's like Simon Ekpa, like he's the one actually, enforcing this. Which brings us to the next thing we need to also discuss about.
Okay.
Apart from petty traders in the East being affected, by this sit-at-home order. Okay, so what about the huge loss suffered by micro business? See, a total of 52 weeks Mondays are lost in a year, and micro businesses suffer a very huge loss. Now, investigation revealed that a total estimated revenue of 4.618 trillion of micro businesses in the 5 southeastern states were lost. Like trillion, not million, not billion. Like, it's when I saw this, I was so dumbfounded. I was like, wow. Like, just only the Monday that someone is sitting at home, so much is being lost. So let's just look into it. This loss suffered by micro businesses. Like, do you know any business owner, like maybe a micro medium business that actually has maybe either crashed or maybe closed down due to this?
I will not say crashed. I will just bring everything home, because normally my brother owns a shop in the Gidi. What's the name? It's a material market.
All right.
So I could say that before the lockdown started, when I was in school, I don't ask him for money. He would just, I have my monthly allowances before. Sometimes he would just, when he does a good business, he would just send me. I would just look at my phone, I would see a lot. But when the sit-at-home started, I would just call him and say, I'm the one now doing the calling.
Imagine.
How far? Waiting they stop. Oh, no worry, I get me line. So he would just be like, this sit at home, that nothing has been happening, and it has been restricted because this is like a big market, and people from other regions are coming in.
Yeah.
So he told me that there is this particular customer, because of the insecurities that coupled the sit at home, the man has refused to be coming, so it made him lose a connection and other connections that lowered his income to the extent that the little money and every support that I used to get from him, totally, it just like winded off.
Wow.
I couldn't get anything to it. So on some occasions, he would just, when he felt like I need to do something, he would just try and struggle, like grudgingly just give me something. So I would say it really affected his business as an individual. But the thing about people is that, especially Nigerians, is that they know how to adapt to situations. So in as much as that's very
grown a strong bond,
so they had to devise a means in order to like to survive the situation.
Exactly. So looking at that, so we can see that not just the petty traders are affected, also we have micro businesses that are also affected because of the sit at home. Moving to the next point, we are going to be looking at the effect of the sit at home on the state's economy. You know, see, when people enforce certain kind of laws and everything, they don't look at the general implication or consequences. So if I, as a petty trader, is suffering loss, micro businesses are suffering loss, who is going to pay government tax? It's actually going to have a toll on the state's economy, and from the state's economy it extends to the whole Nigeria. So it seems small businesses and big businesses won't be taking this hit alone caused by the sit-at-home order. The southeastern states in Nigeria, including its senatorial zones, are also affected, losing, according to Moses Ezekwel, the principal VP of the Nnewi Office of Trade, Industry, Mines and Agribusiness. He said the zone has lost over 50 billion.
Okay.
Wow. Up to this point. So he said, like,
it's funny.
50 billion.
It is.
It's been lost because of what? Sit at home order. So there is actually an implication on the state's economy. Yes, because many businesses are unproductive on Mondays. Mondays is always the start of like a week. It's always bustling. People go out to get things and all that stuff.
Even banks, you dare not open. Who are you? You dare not.
Wow.
You dare not open banks, whatever government institutions you go. Even school children are affected. They don't go to school.
Are you kidding
on Mondays? Me? They don't. You dare not open your school, your whatever on Mondays. So these children will just imagine you left school on a Friday. Then you stay Friday because Friday is always half day.
Yeah. So
you stay on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on Monday. That is known like globally, not even just nationwide. It's a global something that Monday school children are supposed to be in school, except for cases of public holidays or their likes. And you tell these children to, I think it's not only about business. It affected school children. Wow. So those children, when I was in the East, they just gather themselves and they keep playing. And when you are playing, because Monday is supposed to be a day that you go back to school and you like refresh your mind. It's a kind of bringing children back that you are in school or you day school, but they don't take that Monday to do whatever they like. Now coming to the part of affecting the state's economy in a situation where petty businesses are shut down, micro businesses are shut down, banks, whatever institution, you get the sit at home. Don't do anything, be in your house. So where is the money coming from? And the thing is that people are looking at it as it is just one day, but when you calculate
24 hours is not
Monday, how many Mondays you have in 6 months, you have in 3 months, you have
that's a total of 52,
and calculate how much you would have made if you went to work or you are in your shop on those Mondays. You will realize that you as a person, you as an institution, you as a government person, a governor, that in a month something has been cut off from what is expected of you. So it might look little, but at the end of the summary of it all is that you are losing.
Yes, you
are losing.
But then, this sit at home order, I don't know how it is in other states, but in Ebonyi state where I schooled, every Monday actually is an unproductive day. But I feel that it's not really in full force like the way it is in Enugu and other states. So in Ebonyi state on Mondays, markets are still open around the student area. Yes, if you even go to the international markets we have in the city, there are still markets open. But the other thing is that maybe banks and other institutions might not be open, but there's always movement. But then I heard from people living in other states that the movements are always restricted on that Mondays. I don't know how true that is. Maybe if you're listening and you're in the southeastern part, you can actually share with us how it is in your state. Every Monday when there's a sit-at-home order, how is it? Is movement restricted? Like, does it even extend to like shops not opening? Like, how are you even faring? Where do you get to buy food stuff and other things? Please kindly comment and let us know. It will really help us so that when we come on the next episode, we can be able to take it off from there. Now, let's also discuss the overall consequences on the general economy. I mean, we're bound to get to this place. From petty traders to micro businesses, from micro businesses to the states, then now to the general economy. The question is, if the parts of the body is being affected, won't the whole body break down? There's this thing they should tell us that if you have boil on the nose, your whole body will feel it. So it's more like when the parts of the body, the hands is being amputated, the whole body must feel the pain. So it's more like the federal government feel that, we have tried our best, we are doing this, we are deploying soldiers to, like, we are not even seeing the security measures. So if this is happening to states, I mean, we have 36 states in Nigeria. So and out of it, we have, how many? I think we have 5 southeastern states. If 5 states in the eastern region are actually being wrecked financially when it comes to businesses and the economy, isn't the government thinking that it's going to affect the general economy?
I'll even give an instance. I think it was around, when was that? Either 2018 or so, when some groups of Biafran agitators were killed. I believe from what I read that government spent up to 240 billion to commemorate them. So imagine something like that. It's not the money that is spent is not the problem, but the reason why it is spent,
the results.
You are just to compensate family members, loved ones. Because if it was avoided, that money, our country's money would have been diverted to some other meaningful things. So how will you go and spend millions because a group of people rose up and we are giving issues, then they were killed, then you have to compensate? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, coming to the agricultural sector, because it happens that on those Mondays, no way, even Asaba is locked. So the Niger Bridge is like an entrance to the east. So nothing is going. If you are in Onitsha, what you find out that when you get to the Niger Bridge, you will see a load of trucks, trailers that are carrying like product, tomatoes, whatever, and they are there because they have to travel from the north. So once they get there, and those things are perishable.
Okay, like the movement is restricted.
Yes, you're not going like on those Mondays. So maybe they got there on like, let me say in the nights, maybe Sunday nights going to Sunday morning. They have to be stopped at that Niger Bridge. Nobody is entering. So when they are there and they are normally, if you get to Onitsha, whatever you are dropping, they are buying it immediately. But then they have to stop there. So at the end of the day, most of the things that we are carried will be spoiled. So you see them, maybe something that is supposed to be sold for 500,000, they will just tell you to take it for 150k so that they will be going. So if you look to the agricultural sector of the country, it's a huge loss because things are damaging. Then when we come to oil and gas, like let me boil it down to people, to petrol stations.
Okay.
Because of no movement, nobody is buying. You people are closed up, no business.
True.
So you find out that at the end of the day, the fuel and other things that are coming down to the east is not generating money as supposed, because nobody is buying
on the Monday.
And most people, if you are going, people that now go out at the end of the week, they would prefer to go out with public transport and drop their vehicles because they don't know what's on the way for them. Because like I said, those people they have magnified themselves too. They are no longer, to me, they are no longer freedom fighters. They are now gunmen. They are now terrorizing people. Because how can you hear you are an Igbo person and you hear that IPOB people are coming? Your mind will just jump out. Are you supposed, somebody that is fighting for your freedom, are you not supposed to be free and happy? Oh, they are coming. So because of that, your mind is fled up because things are not going the right way. So, not to stray from what I'm supposed to say, the thing is that as little as a day might be, when you sum it up, it's days. I think maybe Mondays are up to
52
100
in a year.
In a year,
yes.
So I think 52 days of
weeks.
no, or 52 weeks. Sorry, wow, of no business. Calculator, may we do the math now. May we do the math. A lot of things. Government institutions are not working. Personal businesses are not working. It is affecting individual lives. It is affecting the state. It is affecting the nation as a whole. So this thing might look small, but the impact is big. It's a big deal.
And you know the Bible says if the foundation is destroyed, what would the righteous do? So that is actually what is happening when the government is actually not taking this so serious. So what will be the way out? On my part, I will recommend that the federal government intervene and take this serious. They should ensure that they remove the sit-at-home order. And also, if they can put up strong security measures, because the southeastern part is under attack. You see so many, like the herdsmen conflict, people dying and everything. So we are beckoning on the federal government, please. Those in the southeastern part, their businesses are suffering. We are pleading on the federal government to intervene. The order has to be removed. Every state in the southeast should remove the sit-at-home order, and the governor should know, and this should be enforced. Let people go about their daily businesses, and also tight security measures should be taken in those areas. We know that insecurity has been an issue that has been plaguing this nation for a whole long time, but there can't be ways to tackle this. So that is what I feel that the government should do, and also those who are actually, conniving to ensure they are making it look like they are preserving the lives of people, whereas they have some things to benefit from doing all this. The federal government should ensure that those people are brought to justice. They should do the right thing. Favor, what is your recommendation?
Oh, I believe that the sit-at-home has overstayed its welcome, because one thing about the society is that when a device is being misused, some set of people hijack it.
Yeah,
we have seen that in protests, in most situations. So to me, I even believe that maybe it's not the main men that are even causing the chaos and everything. Some other groups have hijacked the thing and using it to terrorize people. So that's where the government comes in. Like you said, to ensure people, it's not by talking, because like now in Enugu, like I said, you're telling them, if you don't open your shop, I'm going to seal it. What drastic measure? What are you doing as a government person in order to secure the lives of those people that you say you are threatening them? Because telling somebody that if you do not open, I'm going to see you, is a threat. That person's life is already in danger. What you have to do is to convince them, oh, I've put security people on so place, and they are seeing it with their eyes. So that is that for that. At the other hand, I think that the main people, there should be a round table discussion. Sit those people down. Let's know what you want. Okay, maybe you can address these things in a formal way, and there might be a period of peace. Let's hope for so, because my problem is that the person you're fighting for, the so Nnamdi Kanu is not even, he said it with his mouth, I'm not in support. So what's the essence of this whole thing? I don't believe this is the way to getting freedom or whatever. So there are other measures, members of IPOB, there are other measures to go about some things. So I believe we should go the right way, both IPOB and the government also.
So federal government, please ensure that you work with the state governors of these southeastern states and let the sit-at-home order be removed and let there be tight security measures that can be used to tackle what is ongoing, so people can move about their daily lives, start their businesses, and don't be afraid that they have to be running headset and skater when things start happening in the southeastern region. All right, so listeners, don't forget that if you're staying in the southeastern region or you have relatives staying there, do drop your comments. We're going to be reading this on the next episode so that we can let other people listen to what those in the southeastern region are currently facing, so that Nigerians can also lend their voice to discuss. We are happy you're listening to the end. We want to appreciate you so much. We do this because of you, and we still remain your lovely host, Elizabeth Fidelis and
Favor Eya.
So till next time we meet again, do ensure you stay safe and cool. Bye.
Bye.